Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Gaia. JP here, and today we are in the west of Ireland and we are exploring the beautiful, almost otherworldly Cliffs of Moher and the Burren. So this is kind of what you think of when you think of the west of Ireland. So rolling moors, an almost lunar, barren landscape devoid mostly of trees, livestock everywhere, cliffs, a wild Atlantic, dark, cold, and moody, crashing on the shore. That's where we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the perfect itinerary for a one-day adventure to explore the Cliffs of Moher and the Burren. You need a car for this. There are tour buses that do this as well from various major cities, from Galway, from Doolin, from Limerick, even as far as Dublin. So that's going to be good if you just want to see a couple things, but this is if you really want to get in there and explore these beautiful areas of the west of Ireland. So, without further ado, let's begin. So one place that you have to check out that's a little off the beaten path but very fascinating nonetheless is where we are now. We're here at Clare Abbey. Now this is a ruined Augustinian abbey in the center of County Clare. Now what's so interesting about it is, first of all, it was built in 1189, making it 850 years old. It was also the site of a battle that's in medieval records, and it has these really cool old graves that you can't even discern what year they're from. I mean, they have to be several hundreds of years old. And also within the graveyard area, there are newer graves as well. So it's really cool, very moody, very interesting. I mean, it's in the hills of County Clare with cows all around it. It's very dark but very cool, and you can have the entire place to yourself. Now I came here at about 8 a.m. but very quiet right now, but I have the whole place to myself. I mean, if you really want to get up and personal with a true medieval building and have it to yourself and not be in a tour and not be in a tourist place, this is the place to go. I mean, you can literally drive up, park right next to it, and just roam these fascinating, kind of eerie, but so interesting grounds. So I don't want to get too paranormal, too cryptid, too folklore-y, but I mean, I would say that this doorway has to have been made for leprechauns or fairies. I mean, it's clearly under 5 feet for very small people to go through. Very interesting. So one thing that I recommend you do to take a little break is stop in this town where we are now. This is called Ennistymon, and it's a small, sleepy town. Grab a coffee, relax, stop driving a little bit. There's lots of little pubs and cafes in it too, but it's pretty small. But the big draw for it is something called the Ennistymon Cascades, which is this really cool public waterfalls, really. So I recommend, if you want to take a break in your big road trip around the west of Ireland, to stop here, grab a coffee, maybe some lunch, maybe some breakfast, drink even, depending on what time you're here, and check out the waterfalls. Now, another cool spot that you have to check out, about 10 to 15 minutes south of the Cliffs of Moher, is the Clahane Viewpoint. So, if you want the waves crashing on the rocks all to yourself and be able to walk out onto this platform, this barren, rocky platform, right up to the sea, this is where you come. So the cliffs are super cool, but they're super touristy, right? And there's a lot of people there. It's very busy. This is an intimate experience. You could have this all to yourself, just a 10 to 15 minute drive south of the cliffs. So definitely check this out if you want to just kind of be with your own thoughts right by the Atlantic Ocean, hearing the waves crash against the rocks, and just, it's very reflective, it's very beautiful, and it's very spiritual. Perched high above the Burren is Poulnabrone, which is where we are now. Now, this is an ancient Neolithic, early Neolithic ritual site or burial ground. So it is one of the best known in Europe and probably the most famous and best preserved in Ireland. And it's these stones that mark the ceremonial place for these early Neolithic farmers. Now, it's believed that it was built between 3200 and 3800 BC, making it essentially about a little greater than 5,000 years old. So it's very interesting to see this old Neolithic built site here high atop the Burren along this barren, windswept landscape. It has a lot of interesting stories behind it and mysteries as well. The next place I recommend you go is Corcomroe Abbey, which is where we are now. Now, this is a beautiful ruined Cistercian monastery right in the north section of the Burren. So definitely stop here. It's very spiritual, very reflective. It's like you can hear the Celtic singing in the background, right? When you're deep in these hills. It truly is amazing. It has a fascinating history as well. So it was built in around 1180 to 1200, making it about 800 years old, guys, which is very, very interesting. And just the stonework and the thickness of the walls. If you like medieval history, you're gonna love this place. And, you know, it has a dark history as well. It was completely removed during the dissolution of the monasteries in the 16th century. And there was an important battle that was fought here in the 14th century as well. And it is said that there are graves from that battle littered throughout the whole region, right? Some even unmarked. So walk through here, take it all in. It's a pretty quiet site too. There's not a lot of people here, so you can truly get it all to yourself. And it's such a cool, kind of ethereal experience. Tucked into the stark landscape of the Burren sits Corcomroe Abbey, a 12th century Cistercian monastery built in one of the most unlikely places imaginable. Surrounded by bare limestone hills, it feels isolated, almost hidden. But this wasn't accidental. The abbey became a burial site for Gaelic kings, including Conor O'Brien, and even in ruins, the carved stone details and Romanesque arches remind you this was once a place of power, prayer, and quiet influence. And standing here now, with nothing but wind and stone around you, it still feels sacred, untouched, steady, and timeless. Now, the closest town to the Cliffs of Moher is Doolin, and that's where we are now. Now, it's a tiny town. I mean, you could walk past it in like 5 minutes, right? But I recommend, if you see the cliffs in the evening, or you're still in the area of the Burren and the Cliffs of Moher area, I recommend you come here for live traditional music. So what Doolin is known for is for having just a couple pubs, like 3 or 4, but they are known to have live traditional Irish music every night. A little bit less in the wintertime. We're here in October, so it's kind of dying down. The high season's kind of dying down. In the summer, it's much more bumping. But still, even in October, they have like 1 or 2 sessions every night. Most of the pubs here. So if you want to get a taste of that, you know, Irish traditional music, get some of that pub fare, and just walk around a cool kind of coastal Irish town, definitely check out Doolin. So I decided to go to Fitz's. This is right in the center of Doolin. And what's great about it is they have great traditional Irish food. So I got like this really hearty beef stew with bread and potatoes and gravy. It was really, really good. And the atmosphere is very intimate. You know, you have fireplaces, it's candlelit. There's live music. There's usually 2 performers a night. There's an earlier one and then a later one that goes till about midnight. And the first one starts around 7:30. And it truly is beautiful. And there's people from all over the world, really. I mean, there's a lot of Irish locals as well, but I've seen a lot of Americans, Canadians, people from other parts of Europe, and everybody is so friendly here. I mean, it is pretty much the easiest place to meet friends that I've ever been to. I've met friends in 2 seconds, right? So it's a really good time. I recommend checking this bar out when you're in Doolin, and it's great to check out the traditional Irish music and just live music in general.
Across the Severn shore, oh, sing of the bar of the place.
Okay, we've now arrived at the Cliffs of Moher, and even just driving up here, it was fascinating. I mean, the rocky landscape of the Burren just kind of turned into these coastal cliffs and these rolling hills that plunge into the sea. It truly was fascinating just driving up here. So then you get to the Cliffs of Moher, and it's a very big tourist destination, right? So you have to park in a parking lot, and it's 15 euros, but it's for like all day, right? So it's really not a bad price to pay considering how beautiful the Cliffs of Moher are said to be. Now, I chose to go in the evening, the late evening, about 4 or 5 o'clock, because I want to see the sunset over it, right? So the ocean is facing west, right? So if you go in the evening, you get those beautiful sunset views over the cliffs and over the sea. And we have it right now. It looks very cloudy now, but there are bits of the sun permeating through the cloud line, and it looks like it's just coming out of heaven. It really, truly is beautiful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna explore the cliffs, obviously, see them, and the grounds, and I'm going to show you the best way to see this amazing UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, if you're interested, there is a little museum in the Cliffs of Moher Visitor Center. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like built into the hill, which makes it really interesting. But there's like this photo booth thing. You can learn a little bit about the geology of the area and some of the history. And there's some cool photos of people like, you know, sitting and having dinner on the cliffs. So it's cool to see if you're want to, you know, dive deeper into the cliff story. So definitely check this out if you're here and you're interested. So some tips and tricks for seeing the cliffs, right? So they're cliffs, right? So they're just there, right? But there are several ways to go about doing that and getting the best views. Now, there's one center point. You kind of start at the visitor center. That's the center of the cliffs. And then a little off the center, which we're going to now, is something called O'Brien's Tower. Now, it's a 190-year-old tower, but it looks much older. And you climb to the top of that, and that is one of the highest points along the cliffs. You have to wait a little bit in line sometimes, and you go up this spiral staircase, which is pretty cool, but you get fascinating views all over the cliffs. Now, after that, if you have the energy and you're able to walk and hike a little bit, I recommend walking at least 20 minutes north from O'Brien's Tower and south from O'Brien's Tower, because there are several inlets of the cliffs. So you want to get, if you want to get all the views, you have to go a couple, you know, about 20-15 minutes north, come back to the center and south. And we're going to do all that to get all of the views of the cliffs. So as you climb north from the center and O'Brien's Tower, you just start to see the expanse of the sea. And it always fascinates me how vast the sea really is, right? So you just look out and it's just endless. It truly is beautiful. And I bet these videos are not doing it justice at all. You have to see this in real life. I'm glad to give you guys a little bit of a taste of it, but it's just so fascinating, the endless waves, hearing the cold Atlantic crash on the cliffs. It's just a beautiful experience and definitely something you have to see in your life. Okay, now we're coming down the stairs from the center section by O'Brien's Tower again, and we're heading towards the South Trail. Now, the South Trail is said to be more dramatic and more beautiful, so let's see. Okay guys, this was the Cliffs of Moher and the Burren. Now I had an amazing time showing you guys this windswept, almost otherworldly landscape on Ireland's west coast. I truly was moved by just the scenery and the beauty of this place. If you have any questions at all, please leave them below. I get back to all questions and comments sooner or later. And if you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, share this video, and let me know any questions you have at all. Guys, until next time, it's been great. Take care. Bye.